The Rlaarlo Omni-Terminator has turned out to be a very successful truck, although some people, including myself, were left feeling slightly disappointed because the truck didn't actually turn out to be a true 1/10 scale vehicle. The truck actually turned out to be a mini 1/10 scale, although in my opinion it's more like a 1/12 scale. That's just Rlaarlo's way of dressing it up to make it look like a 1/10, and compared to a lot of the popular 1/10 scale trucks out there, it's pretty easy to see just how small the truck is. Now, when I tested the carbon brushless version, I was really pleased with its performance, and it actually impressed me quite a bit. It's certainly one of the highest quality trucks I've seen from a budget brand. Now, Rlaarlo have come out with some really cool stuff over the last couple of years, and I think the future is definitely bright for them as long as they continue listening to their customers. And up till now they have, so let's hope it continues. Not long after reviewing the carbon brushless version, Rlaarlo reached out and they actually offered to send me another one. But hang on a minute, I've already got a carbon brushless. Well, no I didn't, because quite soon after doing that video, I actually decided to stick it on raffle to give one of you guys a chance of winning it, and Stuart Turner was the lucky winner. And this now meant I no longer owned a Rlaarlo Omni-Terminator. Now, Rlaarlo watched that video and they actually sent me a message saying, we want to send you another one, but we want you to give it a violent test. And I'm not 100% sure, but I think they were referring to a skate park test. Now, a lot of you know I don't do skate park stuff on my channel anymore. I actually stopped that a couple of years ago because I found it wasn't an accurate test of how good an RC car actually is. Now, I actually said yes to Rlaarlo's offer. They offered to send me a metal version with a whole heap of upgrades, and that has finally turned up. And here we have a whole bunch of metal upgrades which Rlaarlo want me to fit to the truck and then take out and give it a violent test. Now, I have fitted some of the metal upgrades to the truck, not all of them, because I'm not actually a massive fan of metal upgrades. Yes, they do make certain areas of an RC car stronger, but all that happens in a crash is all of that energy is sent elsewhere, and then you find you end up breaking the next weakest part. Now, the plan is to actually get this out at one of my favourite bashing locations, but I can assure you there certainly won't be a violent test at a skate park. And I'm not going against what I believe in just to please Rlaarlo. Now, Rlaarlo want me to do a violent test on this truck, which basically means take it to a skate park and smash it to bits. Well, that's not what I'm about on this channel. Plenty of channels already do that. I won't be doing that today. Some people have even said I'm too soft on my RC cars because I don't go to skate parks to do durability tests. Well, look, here's a message for you. I really don't care what you think. I enjoy the hobby in my own way. If you want to see cars being destroyed at skate parks, well, there's plenty of channels out there who do it. But look, it's not a competition. You're here to watch me. I don't really care what people are doing on their channels. We're here to see just how good this truck really is. And the first thing I want to do is see how fast this actually goes on 3S compared to the carbon version. So let's see how fast this thing goes on 3S. It feels a little bit twitchy, but this truck does handle very well. That's full throttle. I'm out very early today, so I do apologise if the sun is getting in the way. Yeah, this thing is quick, not as quick as the carbon version. I think that is noticeable, but of course this does have a smaller motor, slightly less powerful electronics. But it's still not slow. I do really love these trucks. They handle so well, they look good. Just the one thing that disappointed me was that they weren't a proper 1/10 scale. They're a mini 1/10 scale, also known as a 1/12 scale. I think Rlaarlo missed a really big opportunity there. They could have made this thing slightly bigger, and it would have appealed to a lot more people. I think size is definitely one of the things a lot of people are put off by. Right, let's bring this back, let's see what we got. Brakes are good. So let's hit stop and read. 32 miles per hour out the box on 3S. Yeah, not too bad. Obviously not the fastest thing out there, but definitely a decent speed. Now, I've come to one of my favourite bashing locations to give this thing an off-road test. You've seen this place before. This is one of my favourite bashing locations. But before we see how the truck performs, would you like to win it? And if yes, head over to Raffle after this video and grab a couple of tickets. So let's give this thing a go now. I do notice straight away, this does feel a little bit more agile compared to the carbon version. Maybe that's due to the slightly less weight, the lighter electronics. Just feels a bit different. It definitely feels different compared to the carbon. I think this is about as violent as it's going to be getting on my channel. I know people say it all the time, get yourself down a skate park, have some fun, do durability tests. Nah, I'm all good, thanks. There are plenty of channels out there doing that. Yeah, this thing handles really well. Now, a lot of people will ask, is the Omni-Terminator better than the MJX 10208? Well, of course it's a bit smaller. I did do a size comparison against some of the really popular trucks out there. I'll stick that on the screen as well for you to have a look at. Now, the MJX is a great truck. This thing just feels a bit lighter, a little bit easier to throw around. It's just a shame about the size. I really wish this was a proper 1/10 scale. What a cool truck. So all the metal upgrades on this, are they really necessary? Probably not. They look pretty, but I would actually stick to the plastic parts. Plastic's going to be more durable and it flexes. But of course, if you want your truck to look cool, then get yourself some of the metal upgrades. But for me, I think leave it as it is out the box. Yeah, I've always liked this truck. I think it's a very good starting point for a lot of people getting into the hobby. And some people may even say it's the perfect size because it's going to be a little bit easier to transport being 1/12 scale. So there we go then, that was the Rlaarlo Omni-Terminator Metal version. Of course, this one isn't as powerful as the carbon brushless version, but it actually felt really nice to drive. And I didn't think I'd say it, but I actually prefer driving this one compared to that. But look, it doesn't matter which one you go for, they're both really cool trucks, and for the money, there isn't really a lot out there that can compete. But hang on a minute, what about the MJX? Now, as we know, the MJX is far from perfect. It's still a very good solid truck, a very good 4S solid truck, I should say. But I am interested to see what the version 2 will be like when it's released later on in the year or early 2025. I think if you're looking for a very good high quality beginner truck that is 2 to 3S ready, I think you're actually looking at it. Now, of course, all the metal stuff isn't really necessary. This is a perfectly good truck as soon as you get it out the box. All of this stuff just makes it look really pretty. So let me know in the comments section what you think of the Rlaarlo Omni-Terminator Metal version. Do you prefer this over the carbon version? And would you buy one of these over the MJX? I always love hearing from you guys, so don't forget to drop a comment down below. Cheers for watching, see you on the next one, take care. If you want to see the full review that I did on the carbon brushless version, click the top video now, or click the bottom video to check out the MJX 10208.